welcome to Focus On. I'm Dan Epley, and tonight with us we have a very special guest, Dr. Jack Heck, who has been going to Haiti for the past 20 years. He'd like to talk about that with us.
Thank you very much for having me, Dan.
Yeah.
It's a pleasure being here. For the last 21 years, there's been a corner of my life that has focused on Haiti. And Haiti has become a very special place to me, and I love to talk about Haiti.
Excellent. Could you tell us how you got started going to Haiti?
Well, that goes back to early 1981 when my family had just joined First Presbyterian Church here in Port Huron, and the church sponsored an orphanage in Port-au-Prince called the Good Shepherd Orphanage. And there was a work team of some 26 people who were planning to go to Haiti in February of 1981. And there was a dentist, Dr. Bob Williams, who was planning to go. And Bob was tragically killed in an auto accident just before the trip was to leave. And so then the pastor of the church came to me and asked me if I would step in and take Bob's place. And I decided that I would do that. And that first trip in 1981 was a very emotional, life-changing experience for me. And I found myself looking forward to going again in 1982. And on that trip in 1982 was when I heard about life on this little island of La Gonâve, which was some 14 miles off the mainland of Haiti, out in the sea, and there was a wonderful little mission there called West Indies Self-Help that was run by a retired pig farmer from Michigan. And they had a new dental clinic there on La Gonâve. And I vowed at that point that I would work in that clinic the next year. And so I did. 1983 was my first trip to La Gonâve, and I've gone every year to La Gonâve with the exception of 2. So coming up this coming March, we're making plans now for my 21st trip to Haiti.
Wow, that's great. Why do you enjoy working on this island so much?
Well, I've become very involved with the WISH mission. It's just a fantastic little mission outreach, and so if I can be of support to that WISH project by offering my dental services in the dental clinic, that's my main focus for going to Haiti each year. Then, having gone there for 20 years, some very special friendships have been established, and so it's fun to reacquaint with those special friends each year when I go.
Yeah, I can imagine. Could you tell us a little bit about the culture of the island?
Well, the country of Haiti is definitely a third world country. It is the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere. And the island of La Gonâve is said by many to be the most destitute area within the country of Haiti. As I mentioned, it's a small island 14 miles out in the sea off the mainland. And when you go to La Gonâve, it's like stepping back 25 years in time. The mainland itself is poor enough. But when you cross over to La Gonâve, it's like going back 25 years in time. It's very primitive. The basic language of Haiti is French, but the majority of the people speak Creole, which is a mix of French and African dialects. Very few people have electricity on La Gonâve. And so, whereas we have our electric lights in the evening, they have these little kerosene lanterns that are made from pet milk cans. And there's a little wick, and they fill them with kerosene, and they light those, and this is their source of light at night. So it's rather picturesque to see the hillsides on La Gonâve with these little dots of orange light on the hillsides. So this is their electric lights, if you will. Very few people have running water. We take our running water so for granted, but very few people there have that. One of the major projects that WISH has done over the last several years is to build a water line from a riverbed some 4 miles outside of the village, and the water line runs into the village and supplies 16 fountains throughout the village. So the people who live in Ansagale, which is the village where the WISH mission is, don't have to walk too far for water. But all the rest of the people who live outside of the village have to walk, some of them, great distances for water, sometimes 2 and 3 miles one way for water. So it's common to see children making a walk for water using a vessel such as this. This is called a kalbas. They grow on trees, and they cut a little hole in the top of it. And so a child may walk a mile or 2 or 3 one way for this amount of water. And then when school is over, at the end of the day, they probably will make that water walk again, a second time in one day. These are being replaced with plastic. Plastic jugs and plastic buckets are replacing the traditional kalbas for carrying water. The homes are very small, 1-room, 2-room houses. A lot of them are made out of mud and stick huts. They use charcoal as their fuel. They don't cook inside the house. They'll have a little cooking fire outside the house, and charcoal is used. We've seen charcoal used in irons. One morning we saw a young boy filling a charcoal iron, such as the one you see on the table in front of you there, with hot coals from a charcoal fire for his mother to use to do the ironing. The markets are not malls as we know them. They're open-air markets that display the meats and fishes and vegetables right on the ground. And the women do their laundry in the riverbed. They go up that riverbed where the WISH water line source is, and anywhere there's water along the riverbed, you'll see women doing their laundry, and children bathing in the riverbed.
Wow. Okay. What is the exact main focus of the West Indies Self-Help Mission?
Well, the WISH mission is a non-profit, non-denominational, multifaceted mission outreach, and our home base is in Grand Haven, Michigan. That's where that retired pig farmer from Michigan lived all of his life, in Grand Haven, Michigan. So we still have our home base there. We have our annual Board of Directors meeting every April in Grand Haven. The Board of Directors is a 12-member board, and I've been on the board for a number of years. We have a full-time couple who are our field directors. Pastor Joe and Pat Lariker is from, Joe pastored a church in inner city Chicago for 35 years before they decided to leave Chicago and become our field directors. And WISH has a newsletter that my office manager here in Port Huron writes and edits each month, and we send out 1,000 or 1,100 copies to our WISH supporters each month.
What has WISH done to improve conditions on the island?
Well, I believe I mentioned that the one major project that WISH has done is to design and construct a water line into the village. That's been very important for the people. And that water line was designed by a a retired Port Huron city engineer, Jerry Hummel, and he was assisted by another Port Huron engineer, Dan Johnson. Then, of course, the project that's near and dear to my heart is the dental clinic. It was built in 1982, and it's a small, not fancy, but very functional dental clinic. An X-ray machine is a basic diagnostic tool in any dental office here in the States. But the Wish Clinic didn't have one up until a couple of years ago. A group of friends in Port Huron held a fundraiser to purchase a dental X-ray unit, a film processor, and a dental light for the clinic. And we are able to do as much dentistry there as we do here at home. Word spreads like wildfire when a dentist or a dental team is coming, and so we're not lacking for patients. They'll line up in the morning at the gate.
Why do you see so much dental decay there in Haiti?
Well, there are a couple of reasons. They grow a lot of sugarcane in Haiti. And so the people have a habit of chewing on the raw sugarcane, which is not good for teeth. The Haitians love sweet things. They love candy. They have a Haitian cola, which has a lot of sugar in it. It's very sweet. And that, of course, is not good for teeth. And then just basic hygiene. There are a lot of families on Laganave that just don't have a toothbrush. They can't afford toothbrushes. We always take a lot of toothbrushes with us and give them all out. But just the basic lack of daily hygiene contributes to dental decay also. Wish has an 80 kW generator that provides electricity for the dental clinic, the little hospital, which is next to the Wish compound. We provide the electricity for the local police station and for a couple of churches. And our new welding shop. It takes a lot of electricity. We have an ice plant that's been operating for several years, very successfully. Before our ice plant opened, the people would have to cross from Laganave over to the mainland to buy blocks of ice. And a lot of that would melt before they would get back to the island. So now they can come to the Wish ice plant and purchase a 12-pound block of ice, or if they want less than that, the block is broken up and they can buy a smaller piece of ice. And a lot of the people have little coolers to put the ice in to take back home. So there's no refrigeration in any of the homes. And so they use these little coolers with a little block of ice in to preserve food for maybe a day or two. So there's a need for the people to shop at the market and buy fresh food almost every day or every other day. They do not have refrigeration that we take so for granted. Wish, a few years ago, constructed an airstrip which allows missionaries and medical evacuations to take place. It saves that long boat ride across the 14 miles of sea over to the mainland, and then the hour-and-a-half bus ride or truck ride down the coast to Port-au-Prince. So if there's a medical evacuation that's necessary, that person can be taken over to Port-au-Prince within an hour. So that saves a lot of time there. Wish has a library, which is a very special project. When the man who founded Wish, his wife passed away, and they used all of the memorial money that came in for Pearl Wolf to build the Wish Library. It's the only public reading facility on the entire island. Students and adults and many of the church pastors come from all over the island to use the library. The books are not checked out. They have to stay in the library. And we also have some CD and tape educational materials that are used by the students on a daily basis. The moringa has been found to be a miracle tree for third world countries. Wish has a moringa grove where the leaves are harvested and dried and made into a powder. The powder contains more protein per ounce than milk, and it is distributed in the hospital malnutrition clinic. Early on, the founder of Wish built a soccer field. He thought that it was necessary to have a soccer field to begin some community development in the village. And on Sundays, there's always a soccer game that takes place, and the entire village will turn out for a soccer game. So those are some of the main projects that Wish has done over the last 20 years.
Does Wish have anything new planned for the future?
We do. We're calling it the Wish Mall. The intersection right in front of the ice plant, we're going to construct a few little stands for some of the women in the village to come and set up a little shop of their choice. And two that are planned already. One is going to be a battery charging shop. There's a great need for that. There's so many batteries that are used to run generators and the little buses and small trucks. And so we're going to have a battery charging shop, and we want to have a little barber shop started also. And we are looking presently for a used barber chair to ship down to help start our little barber shop there.
What motivates you to return to Haiti each year?
Well, the primary motivation, of course, is the dental care that I can give to the people. That's very special to me to be able to go down and work in the dental clinic as hard as I can, see as many people as we can every day. And over the years, it's been very satisfying and very special to me the amount of local support that my trips have received. Port Huron Hospital has been very generous every year with giving us a donation of pharmaceuticals, pain relievers, antibiotics that we use in the clinic, and we take a lot of them to the little Wesleyan-run hospital next door to the Wish compound and give them to the hospital. They are always grateful for those. The Port Huron Tennis House has been very generous every year with giving all of the used tennis balls that we can squeeze into our suitcases. The Haitian children love to get a tennis ball. And of course, when you toss a tennis ball to a child, they're not going to play tennis with it. They drop it on the ground and it becomes a little mini soccer ball. Soccer is their favorite sport. Service clubs have been very helpful to me with our trips. The Port Huron Kiwanis Club has been very supportive of my trips to Haiti. The local quota club also has helped. There's been a couple of churches that have become very involved. The First Presbyterian Church and First Congregational Church have been very helpful, sending money and supplies. One of the special friends that I mentioned earlier lived with her family in a one-room shack made of pieces of rusty metal with strands of barbed wire wrapped around the house to hold it all together. This family really was among the poorest of the poor. In 1998, First Presbyterian Church sent 2 work teams down to Laganav. Each team was there for a week and built the family a new 3-room house. There have been 3 schools that have gotten involved with our trips. Garfield School and Sparlingville School. There's been a class at each of those schools that over several years the teacher will have the class write letters to a class down in Haiti, and we'll take those letters down, and the interpreter who works with us in the dental clinic, his name is Dede, we will have him translate the letters into Creole and take them to the local Episcopal school and give them to a particular class there, and then that class in turn writes letters back to the classes here. So that's a lot of fun to kind of be a bridge builder there between Haiti and Port Huron. There was a class at Lakeport Elementary School that for the last couple of years the children bring small toys, and we take those down and give those out in the dental clinic to the children that we treat in the clinic. We try to give each of them a little toy from Lakeport School. So that's a lot of fun to take that down. So when we pack our suitcases for Haiti each year, there's a lot of love and concern that gets packed into those suitcases from lots of people here in the Port Huron area. That makes it very special.
Yes, yes it does. It's very great what you're doing. I'd like to thank you once again for coming, Doctor.
My pleasure.
Yes. From all of us here at Focus On, thank you for watching and good night.